Okay, I am both nervous and scared because joining me now in studio is Keith Barry. Keith, welcome to Plan B.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Is this the reaction you get from people all the time, that they're nervous and scared?
A little bit, yeah. I noticed the way you're even reaching across to do the sound levels there, and you're not even looking at me. But a little bit. Actually, it's kind of progressed a little bit over the years because I suppose 10 years ago when I started out on TV here, I was really mainly doing the close-up magic that you now see a lot of guys doing, like card tricks and all that kind of stuff. And then it progressed onto the mentalism from there. And when I was back in the day doing card tricks and stuff, you would get people coming up and, asking me to do stuff and just, I suppose, ask for a signature, an autograph or whatever. Whereas now, people stare at me and then stare at the ground and then walk past me, which I think is kind of funny because, people do still come up and ask me to do stuff, which I'm always more than happy to do. So if your listeners see me anywhere at all, I'm more than happy to do stuff. And,
do you not get tired of it?
No, I love because I understand completely how the industry works. And I know that looking at my stuff on TV, people go, it must be a stooge or a camera trick.
We're all thinking that, that.
Well, of course, that's what people think. And I understand that. So I love when people come up on the street to me and ask me to do stuff because then I can show I can actually do all of what I do on TV live. And that's why I'm excited. I know we'll be talking in a few minutes about the live show, but that's why I love performing live, because I can do this stuff. I can do it on stage. I can do it on the street. I can do it in the bathroom of a pub, which is where I've done it a few times.
You have not?
Yeah, well, they're taking a pee and a fella next to me goes, do something now, Barry, and then I do something for them. And
okay, when you say you can ask me to do anything anywhere, maybe when you're taking a pee is not the time to ask Keith Barry to do something.
Yeah, well, I always just say, well, let's wash our hands first and then I'll do something. Is that all right with you? But yeah, listen, I love what I do. I have a passion for it. I never get fed up of it. Well, with that being said, here, help me out with something. Okay, I've got a... I'm just going to grab a piece of paper here, maybe.
There you go.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Go back to your very first kiss for me. Do that right now and go back to that moment. Now, here's the thing. Do you talk to people about this person often?
Not at all.
Do you think about this person often?
Not at all.
No. Okay. So now I want you to go back to him and imagine that you're in that moment again. Okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like most first kisses, it was kind of a slobbery mess, but actually, you kind of liked it as well in a secret little way. He was slightly taller than you. I'm sensing darkish kind of hair, but not too dark. I'm also sensing sporty kind of character and focus. Oh, in your mind now, I want you to say hello, whatever his name is. Just in your mind, not out loud. So imagine he's walking through the door there, and you're saying hello. Now he's not going to walk through the door. That'd be good. It'd be good if he did those three, wouldn't it? But imagine he's walking through the door, and you're saying hello, whatever his name is. Yeah. I'm sensing that he was born with one name, but then he shortened it somehow. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, my God, yes.
Okay, so I've written something down here, and I've written it down. I've committed myself. Imagine you're saying it over and over. Yeah, I think this is it. I heard EJ. Is that it?
Yes. How?
If you think about it, it can't be done. Don't even think about it.
No, but, okay.
You actually told me what it was in your mind. You just spoke without speaking.
But you cannot read my mind. You cannot read letters. How do you do? Okay,
I hacked into your brain. I didn't read your mind.
Me out, Keith Barry. How do you do that?
Well,
obviously, you're not going to tell us a secret. But
no.
But how did you know you could even do that?
But I've been doing this since I'm a kid. I started off doing magic at a very early age, 5 or 6. Then I progressed on to, when I was 13, 14, started performing hypnosis and learned all of that out of a book. I actually hypnotized a guy in my Irish class at the time, and that was the first time it was successful, and he's now a professional hypnotherapist down in Waterford. Still a great friend of mine. And then when I was in college, I studied chemistry in college, but my girlfriend, who's my wife now, she studied psychology. So that's when I mixed the psychology. So the psychology got mixed with the hypnosis, got mixed with the magic, which in turn makes what I suppose is known as a brain hacker, being able to hack into people's thoughts and figuring out. And I won't tell all your listeners exactly what you were up to 2 nights ago at 2:30 a.m. Sarina.
You need to stop. I am trying to listen to what you're saying, right? But right now, all that's going through my head is like, how? How did he even know that? Like, it's freaking me right out. If you want to see this live, you do have a show. You were on TV3. That was a great series.
Yeah.
And now you're bringing Brain Hacker to the Olympia?
Yes. So a lot of people ask, is it the same as the TV show? Yeah. For the most part, no. I want people to see a fresh show, a new show. So it won't be spoiled if you've seen the TV show. So about 85% of the show is brand new from start to finish, never been seen before, live stuff that I've put together just for the tour. And then I put 15% of the TV show in just to show that the stuff on TV can can be done live as well. So it's a mixed bag. I'm in the Olympia for 14 nights starting April 1st. All the Saturday nights are sold out, luckily, so tickets are selling quite quickly at the moment. So if you're interested, keithbarry.com has all the dates, or ticketmaster.ie.
Okay, but that's not the only thing you're doing. You're also, one of my favourite blockbusters of last year was Now You See Me. You worked very closely on that.
Yeah, last year I started off with the writing process with Ed Solomon. So Ed wrote the movie and I was the consultant on the writing process. So I worked with him very closely for 2 weeks, kind of 14 hours a day with him, which was amazing because this is the guy now who wrote The Matrix and Bill and Ted and a whole bunch of other movies. So big Hollywood writer. And then afterwards they kept me on to work specifically with Woody Harrelson because he's a mentalist and hypnotist. Like? He's bonkers, but in a good way. I got on like a house on fire with him. We've become good friends since. And he's out there and he's different than most people, but a very complex man, but in a very good way. Very intelligent person as well. And what I loved about it was that he really got into the role. Like, he really wanted to learn hypnosis, really wanted to learn mentalism. So I taught him everything that I could in the space of time we had together. Like, one night we were out for dinner and he genuinely hypnotized Mark Ruffalo at the dinner table. So yeah, with the second Now You See Me, we've just started the writing process of that. So what can you tell us about it? Anything? Nothing. Not a thing, you know. It's a movie. I wish I could hack your brain. I'm a small fish in a very big pond, and I'm not going to mess myself over by giving too much away. But what I will say is, most of the cast, if not all the cast, are going to be back in for the second one, and we're in the writing process right now. Hopefully, they'll be filming probably October, November time later this year. Can't wait. Looking forward to that. And TV3, you doing more? Yes, TV3. Basically, we've both agreed to do a second season, so it's whether or not we decide to do it indoors, or maybe I might go back out in the streets again and just change it up again, or and not try and stop your heart from. That was kind of stupid. Like, it was. I'm not going to lie. So you're not going to do something like that again? No, because I got very sick after that. Because I know, once again, a lot of people go, "Oh, was it a publicity stunt?" I mean, for those of you who didn't see it, I froze myself in a ton of ice for 41 minutes. And like this, the ice, I really was buried in it. So, I mean, people have done ice stunts before, but they kind of stood it in igloos and they've done other kinds of ice things. But this was specifically buried in a ton of ice for 41 minutes, and my body did go into complete shock. So I was very, very sick. I mean, seriously, no joking aside, or all joking aside, rather. I got really sick for 3 weeks. So I actually thought there was something seriously wrong. So I went to the doctor, got blood tests done. So luckily the blood tests came back all clear. Christmas Eve, believe it or not. But yeah, that wasn't one of our more intelligent things. The doctor basically said it was probably exhaustion coupled with the shock of the stunt that just destroyed me for a few weeks. So we're not going to be seeing any more of that, but we will be seeing you back on our screens, writing for the big screen, and we can catch you at the Olympia from the 1st of April. Keith Barry, I am still freaking out, but thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Thanks for having me.